welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Janu and I talk about all things mindful living and sustainability. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 tips to live slower. Every time I scroll on YouTube, I see waking up at 5 a.m. videos, but is more productivity really the answer? For me, it's not about how productive I am, but how intentional I am with my time. When I was in Europe, I learned that work isn't everything. What you do for work is not all of who you are. Finding your identity outside of work is crucial. Asking yourself, if you stopped working today, who would you be? Slowing down is about being intentional with your time, realizing that true fulfillment comes from diverse experiences beyond the confines of work. As you might know from my previous videos, I just started learning French. In French, when you ask someone what they do for work, you say "Tu fais quoi dans la vie?" which literally translates to "What do you do in life?" I think this translation makes it seem that what encompasses you is not just work, and that other parts of you make up what you do. Reflecting on my childhood, I realized that I was always tired, from waking up early for school to always having a packed schedule. There was very little time to rest. Even summers were filled with school and no vacations. I was always in survival mode, and I was always in a pursuit of education because I wanted a better life for myself, and I knew that this was the way out of living on the south side of Chicago. One thing that's really important to me as a Black woman is resting, because those before me often couldn't. I rest not only for myself, but for them. Slowing down isn't just a personal choice, it's an act of resilience and resistance for me. It's only in recent years, with financial stability and working for myself, that I've come to understand that rest is not something to be earned, but something I deserve. I encourage you, if you feel like you don't have time to rest, to schedule it in. Prioritize rest and self-care, because you deserve it. Also, as a Black woman, resisting the social pressure to embody the superwoman archetype is crucial for me. Rest challenges the narrative that endurance and constant productivity are the only paths to success. One powerful way to slow down is by taking breaks from social media. Trust me, you'll be amazed at how much time you gain. You don't always have to be doing something. It's perfectly fine to read, journal, or just take a slow walk. I've personally cut down on social media and started investing my time in learning how to cook better. Slowing down for me is an act of self-care, and our bodies don't have to constantly be in motion or constantly be doing something. That can help you disconnect from being on your phone and just really being in tune with your body. Incorporate moments of mindfulness throughout your day. Practice deep breathing, short meditations, or simply pay full attention to your surroundings. I really enjoy doing stretching. You can simply just find a YouTube video, whether it's for deep breathing or stretching or even working out, that can help you disconnect from being on your phone and just really being in tune with your body. Slowing down can be challenging when you're juggling numerous tasks, so I encourage you to do less. Focus on doing one task at a time and prioritize what's actually necessary. As you're reflecting on your priorities, identify the activities, relationships, and goals that genuinely bring you fulfillment. By consciously prioritizing what truly matters to you, you'll find more satisfaction in your daily life. Learning to say no and setting boundaries is crucial for anyone aiming to live a slower and more intentional life. First of all, putting clear limits on your time lets you concentrate more on what really matters to you. Whether you're chasing your life goals or family dreams, taking the time for these things is super important. We often give in to peer pressure or work pressure and end up committing to things that takes us away from the activities or things that we want to be doing. By taking control of your schedule and saying no to things outside of your limits, it means that you're prioritizing yourself. And I feel like when you overcommit to things, you end up getting burnt out, and it's not helping anyone because you're also not able to give your 100% to something. So for me, when I agree to do something, I'm able to give my 100% because I know I'm not over committing myself. I think it's better to say no to something that you know you can't fully give yourself to versus say yes and you only give your 50%, for example. So it's just really important to say no, and the right people will understand that.
Trois personnes.
Trois personnes.
Une pizza pour moi.
Une pizza pour
Moi.
Find a relaxing new hobby. If you watched my New Year reset video, you would know a couple of the things that I am trying to do this year. One of which is learning French. So I've been taking French lessons, and I also usually either start my day or end my day practicing on my own as well. And it's just a really nice way to get off my phone or just get off the TV and just really focus on just being in the present and learning and just finding new ways to find joy. I also really want to cook better, and as you can see, I'm learning how to make bread for the first time, which luckily turned out pretty good. I was very surprised. But I really want to have go-to meals. I want to be able to cook for people, cook better for myself, because I feel like I'm always so busy that I don't have time to really cook well. And I want to do more than just like very basic foods. Like I want foods that taste really good, something that I really enjoy eating. So those are my two new hobbies that I will be implementing this year, but it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be knitting, it can be jogging, it can be a whole list of things. And if you're looking for cool hobbies to try, maybe going on meetup.com. They have a ton of meetups for people who are interested in a variety of things, whether it's pottery or yoga, whatever the case may be. There's definitely a lot of options out there that are free or very affordable. So having a new hobby doesn't necessarily have to cost you something. Spending time outdoors or in nature really does make a big difference on your mental health. I think as someone that works from home, it can be really hard to leave the house sometimes because you're just trying to get work done and you don't want to leave your desk. But even just going on a 15-minute walk around the corner makes a huge difference. It's just good for your mental health. It's good for your body. And I feel like when you have like a creative block or you're getting frustrated, it's just good to sort of go out and get some fresh air. I think one of the reasons that we as a society are so stressed and overwhelmed is because we're so disconnected from nature. Nature shouldn't be something that's separate from us. It should be a part of us. As I'm moving into my new apartment, which I'm really excited about, I really want to have a garden in my backyard, like a small garden. And I think I want that to be part of a daily ritual where I go out and I water the garden, or I, pick some tomatoes or whatever the case may be for my salad that day. But I think just getting in touch with nature, whatever that might look like for you, definitely just makes you feel more grounded and a lot less stressed. And just allows you just to live a lot slower. My schedule can vary day by day because of what I do for a living, but finding some sort of routine for yourself can be very helpful. Whether it's every morning you make yourself a matcha, or maybe in the evening you have a shower routine, a sort of going to bed routine where you dim the lights and you drink your tea. Creating a routine for yourself enables you to slow down because you don't have to think about it. You know that, when you wake up in the morning, these are the things that you do, and it just allows you to live slower because you're creating the environment to live slower. You're creating a routine to live slower. If you set your day up in a way to live a bit slower or incorporate slowness and mindfulness in your daily life, it definitely makes a difference, because our lives are always going to be crazy. We're not going to always be able to live slowly. I don't think that's just realistic for most people, but if there are ways that we can slowly incorporate mindfulness and slowness into our lives, it really makes a difference. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.